Drowning in my sin, you were my oxygen. When I thought I didn't need you, that's when I needed you the most. Thinking I was doing fine, stumbling in the night. When I tried to do it on my own, that's when I needed you the most. But that's when the King came. He took on my pain. He shook off my chains. When the King came, oh, when the King came, I took on his name and I shook off my shame. When the King came, oh, when the King came. Hindsight 2020, broken dreams slowly mending. Took a lot of time to see you were rescuing me. When I went astray, you didn't walk away. You had better plans for me, so you didn't let me go. That's when I needed you the most. That's when the King came, and he took on my pain, and he shook off my chains. When the King came, when the King came, I took on his name, and I shook off my shame. When the King came, when the King came. You redeemed my life, and you satisfied. You redeemed my life, oh, you satisfied. Because when the King came, he took on my pain, and he shook off my chains. When the King came, when the King came, I took on his name, and I shook off my shame. When the King came, when the King came. Hi everybody, thanks so much for watching, and I hope that you liked that new song, When the King Came. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. I wanted to tell you my testimony of why I wrote this song. Really, it's a testimony of my life. I've been writing this song like my whole life. To explain, I grew up in a Christian home, but there was a time that I was definitely walking away. I grew up playing ice hockey from the time of 2 to the time of 12, and I was very heavily involved in it. I played year-round, very competitively. Ultimately, I wanted to get to the Olympics. Unfortunately, during that time, I was exposed to a lot of really bad influences and experienced a lot of abuse. And so at the time, I thought like, oh, I'll be fine, you know, like my Christian walk is gonna be fine. But I really was walking further and further away from the Lord. And when I was a freshman in high school, I got my, I don't know, 5th concussion, and I had to stop playing. And at the time it was devastating. I felt like my whole life was crumbling, and it took me over a decade to finally understand what happened. For that whole decade plus, I thought that God had taken hockey away because it was an idol, and I couldn't figure out why he had taken away this gift that I loved so much and I was good at it. I've recently figured out that it wasn't him taking it away from me, it was him rescuing me out of that lifestyle. Because if I had continued to play and say I had gone on to college or to the Olympics, I would have walked away from the Lord. I know that now, but I didn't know it at the time. And I thought, oh, I was fine. Like the song says, I can do it on my own. Really drowning in my sin. And he was the one that pulled me out. So hindsight 2020, broken dreams, slowly mending. I can see now, a long time later, what really happened was if I had continued on, I would have self-destructed. So I'm very thankful for him pulling me out and rescuing me and giving me a better life than I could have ever dreamed of. There are still days that the pain is still there, but I understand why now, and I'm very thankful. So there you go. Hope you like it.